Warning: this content you are about to watch talks about disturbing content such as mental health issues, psychological abuse, self-harm, violence, and so on. It may trigger anxiety response, post-traumatic stress, depression, or emotional reaction. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, my name is Biscuit and I work with a company called Drill Team Dynamics. I am a Drill Team Dynamics associate, and if you have not seen my freshman year part 1, 2, sophomore year part 1 and 2, and junior year part 1, I highly encourage you to go and watch those to stay in line with the story. And also, the reason why I'm making these videos is to help those that are going through similar experiences that I went through, to help them push through and to help prevent those from going through what I had to go through. With that being said, let's get started. All right, this one should be a pretty quick video, I hope. I hope that with all my videos, and it doesn't turn out that way. Junior year was a lot more hard towards the end of my year because I was doing a lot of different things. I'm going to backtrack for a second, but at the beginning of the semester when our instructor was ill, I forgot to mention this in the last video, but there was a time where it's basically where my job was so important. I had so many different things to do for the core in the unit, and when our instructor fell ill, a lot of the stuff kind of fell onto me and a couple other people in the unit, as well as the other instructors. And so I was trying to get things done and please the instructors while trying to make sure that my team was being run smoothly and everything. And there was this one time where I needed to get something done and things were not being communicated properly, and I got so frustrated and so fed up that I was boiling angry. Like, I could not physically be there because I was so mad and upset and frustrated at everything and anything. Like, practice was supposed to start and I was already all over the place. I was like, I can't do this. And I looked at my team leaders and they were like, are you okay? And I was like, yes, I need y'all to run practice today. I need y'all to get this, this, and this done today. Make sure it's good to go. I can't be here. I have to go home. And it was because I was so mad that I knew that if I was there, it was not going to be a good day. I was glad that I went home that day, but I should have never been so angry and frustrated in the first place. If you ever get so upset, like you're at your boiling point, like you're ready to just like scream and lash out, leave. Just leave. Be like, I need to go. Like, that was a rough day. I don't ever wish on anybody that they ever get as mad or as angry or as frustrated I did that year, because it was absolute crap. To top it all off, I was in a very bad relationship where we were verbally abusive towards one another. So what I mean by that is that that person was being verbally abusive towards me and I was being verbally abusive towards them. So it was coming from both parties. We did not communicate very well, which also made me more frustrated, which added on to my anger. There's no excuse for my anger, but there was a reason to my anger. There's no excuse for it, but there was a reason to it. That relationship had a lot of red flags that I chose to ignore. I did not get out of that relationship until the end of that year. So I was in it basically from the very beginning of the year until the end of the year. And it was the longest roller coaster ride I've ever been on. And if you ever notice any red flags in your relationship, even if you notice something's wrong in like a friend's relationship, get out of it. It's not going to benefit you to stay in it. Like, I thought there was so many times where I broke down and just cried and cried and cried and cried, and I never got that comfort. And it was just constant. We were constantly belittling one another. It was not a good environment for anyone. And it was constant yelling, screaming, saying the worst imaginable things to one another. And if you're ever in that bad of a relationship, get out. Get out of it. If you're not happy, get out of it. There's no sense of being in a relationship where you're not happy. I was in it for too long, and I was so depressed and was crying all the time. Like, if you're not happy, get out of it. No matter what they say, you need to be happy. You need to be happy with yourself. You need to be happy with the relationship. You need to be happy with everything that's going on around you. If I would have stayed in it, it probably would have gotten worse from both ends. So just keep in mind, if you're not happy in a relationship and it's taking a mental toll on you and it's like verbally wrong, get out of it. Because I wish I would have listened to myself so many times, and even my friends, like, they saw how bad it was and they were wanting me to get out of it, and I just could not do it. I would be like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and I never did it. I never got out of it. I just prolonged it until it got to a certain point, and I was like, I can't do it. Yeah, in a normal relationship, you'll be upset and you might be crying sometimes, and that's totally fine. But as long as you're both talking about your feelings and you're communicating to one another properly, and you're understanding why one another is upset, then yeah. But you have to have that foundation there to build off of. And that even goes for with like teams and whatnot. Like, say if you're fighting with your friend on the team, right? And you're just constantly arguing with one another and making each other feel bad, you talk it out. You talk out, be like, hey, why did you say this and this? And then they'll be like, oh, I said it because of this. And then be like, okay, I understand, but this hurt my feelings in this, and this way. You have to communicate very well. And it takes practice. Like, I've had to practice it. Even with the DTD internship, like, us interns, we had to practice doing that. I want to say there was 6 of us, and there was a point where there was like 12 people in a Airbnb, and there's a lot of tension being built up, and so we all had to take that time and sit down with one another and talk about how we felt. And we had to take that time and listen and be like, okay, I understand that you felt this way and whatnot. And it takes practice. It really does. But it's very beneficial to learn how to communicate. And I believe that it was for the best for me to get out of it. And for him as well. But a lot of my anger and frustration was based from that relationship, on top of a lot of things going on with the team and the unit or core itself. And I'm very sorry about this lighting. Like, I'm having to find snippets during the day in order for me to make these videos for y'all and talk about my experiences with you guys. Yeah, my lighting's very poor. I'm having to do this at like 11, 12 o'clock at night. My husband has got his work switched around, and I'm very weird when I do these videos because I have to do it by myself. I can't do it when he's in the room. I don't know why. I can't. In order for me to be real and one-on-one with y'all, I have to be by myself. And when he's here, it just makes it awkward. But I love him. Make sure that you're taking your time out of your day to reflect on things and making sure you're happy yourself. And looking back on it, there could have been a lot better communication. And due to that poor lack of communication is why things were the way they were. Communication is key to everything. It is key to everything. When you're at work, when you're talking to your family, when anything, you always have to communicate about something, right? So communication is key. And make sure you're always communicating in the right way. Make sure you're always communicating and giving that other person the time to speak about their feelings and why they did what they did, okay? With that being said, there was a few other things that happened that year, but there's really no need to mention it. I had to deal with a lot of things that year as a commander, and it was a rocky boat ride. Yeah, so now that concludes my junior year. So make sure that if you have any questions at all, like, please, I will answer them. Any questions y'all have about ROTC, anything drill related, I will answer them in my next video for senior year part 1. I will answer them at the end. So if you have any questions about anything, let me know. Drop them in the comments below and I will get them answered to the best of my ability. Stay safe. Love yourself. Bye.
For more information on how to get help, you can visit National Domestic Violence Hotline and call 1-800-799-7233, or you can text LOVIES to 1-867-331-9474. They're available 24/7, or you can visit their website at www.thehotline.org.